Well, Constructors' Championship has been concluded as of Mexico last week. So there's still 3 rounds left to go in this crazy season here of Formula One before we have a 1-week break and before we kick off season 14. We can't wait. This is going to be a fun one. We are at Brazil for round 18 of the championship. And this is going to be a fun race to hold in hand. So welcome to RPL Formula 1 Season 13, Round 18, here at Interlagos in Brazil. Ironwolf on hand for comms here tonight. Was a tiny bit late. Had to take care of something going on. But let's see what we have up on hand for this week's action. So we have some cars onto the track. Cookie being a driver, setting 3rd in there, 7.7. Here comes Union now. He'll come across the line. He goes with the 8th fastest with an 8.9. All right, so let's take a look at our results from last week here in Mexico, and we'll go through the driver standings, constructor standings, and all that fun stuff. So, in the driver standings, so the results from Mexico, Cookie was your winner. Reese was promoted back up to 2nd after getting a unfair penalty. Rafael wound up getting himself into 3rd. So, no Ferrari 2-3 on that one, unfortunately. But, I mean, both Ferraris wound up getting 3rd and 4th. So, still a good result by them. So in the driver's standings, it is already over, with Cookie having 333, was declared the driver's champion back in Coda. Skither is still sitting in 2nd. Second is still up for grabs at this present time. Skither is not here today, but Willow is. Willow is sitting in 3rd with 180 points. So he does have an opportunity to go for 2nd in the driver's standings. As does Gecko as well. Gecko is only 50 points back with 157, so he has also an opportunity to claw some positions in as well. In the constructors, McLaren has secured their 3rd straight constructors in a row. They have 562 versus Ferrari's 416. Mercedes is sitting in 3rd with 346, so 2nd is still up for grabs. It's still up for grabs here. And also, 3rd is also up for grabs, because even though Red Bull are 120 points exact behind Mercedes, they're still in contention for 3rd place. But if they do not get an astronomical good amount of points, and Mercedes gets like next to nothing, well, yeah, 120. After tonight, 86 is still available. So, literally, Red Bull has to outscore Mercedes by 35 points to still stay in the hunt for 3rd place. And there's still a fight in the midfield too, as Cryptic goes spinning after setting a P10 for his lap, followed by SV with a P12. And Cookie retrying his lap, he goes up to 2nd on the board now. But yeah, still battle in the midfield. Williams in 5th with 49, Haas with 39, Alpine 36, Aston Martin with 33. That's 5th through 8th. So there's still a fight in the dead midfield. So earlier on in the week yesterday, Tier 2 was at Bahrain. Well, not Bahrain. Yeah, it was at Bahrain. That was both the drivers and constructors were done by McLaren, with the drivers' championship claimed by Lero Fusion because JMS and Toki did not make the event, so they are out from that. So, congrats to Fusion. Now he is the 11th driver in RPL to get two championships in all of RPL. So Fusion is now joined Cookie in along with 9 others in that illustrious club, like Owen, Reese, Will, Luke, Jack, all those guys, just to name a few. Tier 3, I did not check to see who won that race, because F1 Shorts had that, and I didn't get a chance to view the comms for that. So we'll have to see on that regard there. But anyways, let's take a look at our grid, and let's see who is where today. So we have Willow and Cookie in the McLaren, Edvin and Alex Norris in Ferrari, Gecko and Reese in Mercedes, Torn Penguin and TB, nice to see you back, buddy, in Red Bull. Union and Shorts are in the Alpine, Cryptic and Trat Racer in the Williams, Fusion and Jack in the Aston Martin, Beatnik and Goat Lee in the Haas, SV and Bourbon, who just invalidated out of turn 6, they're in the V-Carb, and last but not least, Dylan on loan in Sauber, and a brand new driver, Kyo Senshi. Now from what I was told in the Discord, Kyo Senshi just got Discord yesterday. So, and he was doing that after learning about leagues and stuff, and our league was the first one. So, brand spanking new to Discord, brand new in RPL Tier 1. Welcome, Kyo Senshi. Good to have you here, as he and Dylan both lagged out. Okay, so, let's take a look at our groups of drivers here, as their times are getting in there. Will is on top right now with a 7.5. Cookie about 9 milliseconds behind him in second, and about 55 thousandths behind Willow is Edvin in third place. Willow, Alex Norris, Gecko, and F1 Shorts believe they've done enough to get themselves into queue number 2, and we are in on there. Oh, there's the Saubers back. Torn Penguin has done enough to think he's made it through for Q2. And it looks like Jack has backed off from his time lap. Let's see, so it looks like Fusion is heading back out onto the circuit. Bourbon heading back to the pits. He was low on fuel before coming back. Cookie has done enough. Was right on board with F1 Union. Heading into the first corners, the Senna S. Getting to fourth, feathering it through turn 2. Now flat out through 3 for the Senna S. Into the DRS. Wide open, overtaking gauge 2. Gets to about 207 into the braking zone of turn 4. So exiting out into the slight turn of turn 5. Now the sweeping right of turn 6. Lets off the gas, but back into the throttle on the apex. Now through the switchbacks. This is 8. There's a little kink of 9, and into the second switchback of 10. Now into turn 11, getting up into there, 5th, 6th, little short shift for 6th. 6/10 up in sector 2, very solid run out of this one. This is gonna put Union up in the 9th place right now, but here he comes flying down that main straight, just pouring everything he can, and across the line he goes 9th fastest, 8.018. For Union. let's switch over to Fusion. He's actually just wrapping up his lap. And he slots in right behind Union with a 8.1. Fusion on loan to Aston Martin. And after this season, both Tier 2 and Tier 1, he will be in V-Carb for next season of Tier 1. Now, once we're done with this season, in a few short weeks, we will have I believe we will have a 1-week break period before the new seasons kick off again. And those seasons are basically Tier 3, Season 7, Season 19 of Tier 2, and then Season 14 of F1. And probably very soon, we may be seeing the calendars potentially getting released as well. Kyo Senshi goes to 15th. He's at the cutoff point right now. But with a minute left to go, anything is possible as, oh my god, poor Beatnik's lagging. Oh my god, this is whack. Let's look at it, just teleporting and bonking around. Oh man. Beatnik, we told you, lay off the McDonald's internet. But he's a tenth and a half up right now. It's not close enough to get close to Kyo Senshi at this time. But we do have some drivers getting some laps in before they wrap up. And, oh, Goat Lee has gone for a spin. So, unfortunately, that is the end of Goat Lee. So, he is going to be out he'll be out of Q1. Here comes SV to come across the line. And he will go to 13th. That knocks Kyo Senshi out of Q1. And that puts Cryptic in the bottom half. TB goes to 12th in that Red Bull. Track Racer to 11th. Dylan's heading back to the pits, so he is done. Let's see, is Beatnik lagging anymore? Well, he's improved up to 15th, but will he keep it? Oh, and Cryptic has lost a large chunk of his wing, so it looks like Cryptic is going to be out. And Beatnik did have it temporarily, but Bourbon beats him. So now Beatnik is out of Q1. So, with everything that has occurred, we say goodbye to both Haas's of Beatnik and Goat Lee, both Kick Saubers of Kyo Senshi and Dylan, and the Williams of Cryptic. So 5 drivers out, 2 entire teams from the Ferrari Academy. Oh, and by the way, quick side note, I will note this. Sauber still has yet to get a point this season. And if they do not get a point, this will be the first time in Tier 1 history that a team has not gotten a single point during the course of the season. So, that's just wild in that regards. So, top of the board we have Willow, Cookie, and Edvin on top, and come on. There we go. Being stubborn. That's what it was. And once again, we say goodbye to Dylan of the Kick Sauber, Goat Lee of the Haas, Kyo Senshi in the Kick Sauber, Cryptic in the Williams, and Beatnik in the Haas. Okay, just got my fill in from the Mark Academy and the Vert VC. Dry all the way around, I was told. All right. Well, let's see who's coming out first for your benchmark. Well, we got Torn Penguin. Been a hot minute since we rode on board with a Red Bull for a lap. So let's go ahead and have some fun with a Red Bull for the first Q2 run. Now I wish the walking talking encyclopedia that is Ryan Cyril's manages to get the info on those that are fully signed for Tier 1 for next season. But like I said, after this, we have only 2 races left to go. So we have 2 weeks left. And wildly enough, the finale, we go on board with Torn Penguin. With the finale, it basically happens for us US people, myself included. The race is going to be about an hour later because not next Sunday, but the following Sunday, for the UK, clocks roll back. Alright, well, speaking of the encyclopedia, Cyril, he actually just tagged me in it. Worst ever World Constructors Championship result in a season was done by Sauber in Season 4 when they were known as Alfa Romeo. Only 1 point they secured. But Torn Penguin coming out of the last couple of corners to get his lap onto the board, see on the map. Fusion just getting his lap started. And here comes Torn Penguin for his benchmark. Across the line he comes. 8.3 for Torn Penguin. Only to be responded 0.6 faster by Willow, who then gets responded by Alex Norris with a 7.4. Let's switch to Reese as Gecko came across with an 8.0 for his time. Looks like SV just came across, 8.8. He's the slowest of the group right now. Jack with an 8.6. Here comes Reese across the line. He goes right behind his teammate, 24 thousandths back with a 8.0. And Shorts with a 7.9 in the Alpine. Union had a very scuffed run, so he's going to be trying again later. Here comes Fusion to get his lap done. And across the line he comes. He'll go to 7th, about a 10th and a half ahead of Jack. So we have, well, there goes Trap. off and out of scampering in turn 6. TV's just getting his time lap ready to fire off. It's been quite a while since we last saw TB. I'll have to take a look back and see when was the last time we saw him, but we do know it's been at least 10 races minimum. It's been quite a while since we last saw TB. I'll have to take a peek in regards to the results here. I believe it has been quite a while since we last saw TB. Let's see. Okay, there's Saudi. He was there for that. Same with Imola. So it looks like Imola was the last time we saw TB. Well, Imola was the last time we saw TB, and he was in the Haas. But he was not thrilled with the run and the results, but good to see him back in full swing in a car again. Comes across the line. 3rd fastest. Now, TB was was 11th at the end of Q1, but him to just slingshot back to 3rd, I think he's found his strength. He's found his rhythm back. Starting to get his rhythm back. And now because I said that, I cursed him, and he's not gonna have a fun one. Sorry, TB, in advance if I jinxed you. Whoa! Speaking of jinxing, Edvin almost lost it in the doubles. Keeps it together, but I mean, that scare in the second switchback, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt him by quite a bit. Here comes Edvin. And it is going to be slightly scuffed. Oh. Slightly scuffed, but he's still second. I think if he didn't have that little evil moment in the second switchback, I think he probably would have been ahead of Alex Norris by at least a 10th or so. Or maybe right on par with him. But here comes Cookie across the line. He goes 5th fastest. Now, Cookie, after today, he did say that after tonight's race, he will not be in McLaren for the last 2 rounds. He'll go to Alpine to finish off the season. And there was talks that Cookie may switch teams within Merc Academy and go and maybe have somebody else be in the McLaren, but he did change his mind because he wants to go for the all-time win record in Tier 1. And Cyril's did update the stats for Tier 1. And in the wins column... Come on, Google Doc, frickin' load. There we go, thank you. He is sitting third. He's sitting third with the third most with 32. Right behind him, right ahead of him is Skither with 36. And on top is Luke with 43. So, in order for... If Cookie does win tonight, as SV... Not SV. Was it SV or was it Bourbon? Yeah, sorry. Bourbon. Wound up going to 13th. SV invalidated. Let's see. Fusion's going to improve his lap. He's 10th. He's right at the cusp. And he swaps with Torn Penguin. But yeah, so if Cookie winds up winning Brazil, he'll be at 33, which means he will need 11 wins in Season 14 to claim the title, to claim the record for most Tier 1 wins. And Skither, by the way, on his repertoire, he only needs 8 to break it. And Torn Penguin, speaking of breaking, goes to 7th and pushes Cookie down in the 8th. So, you gotta look at this here, by the way. Gecko on top with a 7.3, just set that. And going back to Cookie with his 8, as Will just gets Gecko there. But before Will got that 7.1, I was about to say from Gecko down to Cookie, the gap is 5.5 tenths between the top 8. Now it's just slightly over 7 tenths between the top 8 now. Let's go with Union just ahead of him. There's Cookie. So it looks like Union is going to get a little slipstream from Cookie. This is going to be beneficial for him in 12th right now. He would love to get ahead here and get himself into the top 10. And he does just barely. He's in 10th, but can he hold it? Now the bottom 5 currently with 4 minutes to go. We have SV, Jack, Fusion, Bourbon, and Trat. Those guys are in the bottom 5 there. And speaking of Trat, he came back last week. T3 Monaco. Wound up winning the race in a Williams. First ever win in Tier 3 in a Williams. And then in the Williams yesterday in Bahrain for Tier 2, he finished 3rd. I don't know if it was just sheer luck with a pit strategy, or it's one of his favorite tracks and he was just really, really good. But, I mean, because of the pace alone, Trat was initially going to have a Alpine seat for Tier 2 next season, but because of that 3rd place result, he got banned from Tier 2 for being too fast. But Trat will be a reserve for Mercedes Academy next season. And from what we were told when asked about it, he said he'll make majority of the season next season. So, I mean, heck, worst case scenario, if we wind up losing a driver and everything, we could. Oh, that's fun. No. No, I don't think it'll take long for a go-kart to get put out. Yeah, sorry about that. I wound up just getting a call for just wound up getting a fire department call for a go-kart on fire. That's gotta suck. Oh no. Oh no, I just got the little beep beep that my headset's dying too. Lovely. Well, hopefully it'll still stay as we keep going, but about a minute and a half left to go. Trat's just going back to the pits. Sorry for being away from this. Torn Penguins called it. Reese has called it. Willow's safe. Gecko's safe. Trat Racer has called it. He's got to hope and pray no one can beat his time. Well, let's see what's going to happen here. So let's see. Alex Norris goes fastest with a 7.0. Cookie was 3rd with a 7.2. Let's see. So we're with... Let's go to SV. He's just wrapping up his time. And looks like he's going to go right behind Trat by 56 milliseconds. So he is going to be out. Let's see what Fusion's got. Is he going to go ahead, Trat? He does. Fusion is ahead with a 7.9. He's in. He's going to be in, possibly. DB's just coming across. It's just actually starting a new lap, actually. But Trat is out from Q2 and will not be advancing into Q3. Union has invalidated, so he is going to be out. Shorts, 8th fastest. Cookie, 2 milliseconds behind Alex Norris. And, wow. Still would have been 13th even with that improvement. Unfortunately, here comes Bourbon. Across the line he goes. He'll go 12. He's out. Now, what about Jack? 8.6 is his time. He has to beat a 7.943 to get through into Q3. Can he do it? No, he's still the slowest, unfortunately. So, Alex Norris, Cookie, and Willow are your top 3. And the drivers we say goodbye to, we lose. The Alpine of Union. The Aston of Jack. The Williams of Trat Racer. And both V-Carbs of Bourbon and SV. And your top 10 going through, it's Alex Norris and Edvin in Ferrari. Cookie and Willow in McLaren. Gecko and Reese in Mercedes. TB and Penguin in Red Bull. Shorts in Alpine. And Fusion in the Aston. SV did say something about with TB. Let me just double check. Yes, you are correct. Yes, you are correct. It was Silverstone Reverse was the last time we saw TB in RPL F1. So I do apologize for thinking it was Imola, but thank you for the correction, SV. And look at that, the top 10, just over 8.5 tenths. Alright, so everybody is coming out onto the field. And let's see who's coming out first. So it looks like it's going to be the Ferraris that'll be coming out first. So we'll be kicking it off with Alex Norris as the benchmark. And there's a little gangle of cars behind him. We got his teammate right behind, Mercedes behind. That's either Reese or that's actually Gecko, right behind the Ferraris. And there's Willow close behind. Torn Penguin's out. Reese is in there. Right behind is Cookie. And Shorts. TV's just coming out of the pits, so that just leaves Fusion as the only one left. So let's clear this screen away for a bit. Let's go on hand with Little Fusion, with Alex Norris for his Q3 run. Just keeping it like a nice and clean here. Through turns 1, 2, and 3, getting the overtake and the DRS active up into 8th gear. Gets to around 205, heading into the heavy braking at turn 4. Now into turn number 5. Gets into 7th. Shifts down to 6. High revs in the apex of 6. Drops it down to 3rd into turn number 7. Now to the switchbacks. 3rd gear still. Out of 7, now 8 and 9. Heading into turn number 10. Flat out, up to 6th gear. Keeps the revs in there through turn 10 and 11. Now into the sweeping of 12 and 15. And there we go. And our benchmark is a 7.026 for Alex Norris. Alright, so back in it. Sorry about that. And, wow. Cookie equal to Alex Norris. Gecko, only 700s back. Edvin about 10th and a half behind Gecko. Oh my god. Look at that. What a good lap from the cars up here, because literally look at this. From Alex Norris down to shorts, 0.455 is the gap. That is tight. Gotta love this. This is gonna be a very good. It's gonna be very good here. Alright, so 5 minutes left. We have Edvin going to be trying again with another run. Looks like he's on a brand new set of sauce. Let's see what Edvin's got as he makes his way down towards turn number 4. 0.81. And it goes a smidge wide. That's going to hurt. And he's backed off. He went just a smidge too wide in turn 5. Well, let's see if Edvin can try again. Get a better lap out this time around. Hey, Cookie, I know you say more enthusiasm. Just need that But we'll see. Here we go. So Edvin trying again. Take 2. There he goes into the sector. Worse off in sector 1 than he was previously. And he has backed off again. Wait, no, maybe not. He's actually just dumped more ERS. Sliding into turn 7 now. Fusion's coming back out onto the track, seeing it on the map. There comes one of the McLarens. Through the double switchbacks goes Edvin. Let's see if he does better off this time than he does. Better off this time for sector 2. Here he comes. Still worse off. He's still slow. Still slower than he was. But let's see if he does better this time around. Coming into the last area. 3 to go. Oh, he's gone back to the pits. Flying in at 200 miles an hour. I'm flying like a hurricane. Ow. Alright, well, let's see. Let's see what we got for our laps here. Let's go with Fusion here. Not showing much improvements in Sector 1. See what he can do in Sector 2 then. Easy going through Sector 2. Heading into the switchbacks. Dumps the ERS again. Sector 2 split. There we go. Almost 4/10 up in Sector 2. I'll put him just ahead of TB. Let's see what Fusion's gonna have. Minute and a half to go. This is it. Comes across. 7.8 dead. Okay, next up. Reese is just finishing his outlap. Cookie and Valdez, so he's gonna have to try again. Alex Norris is over a 10th up, so we are gonna see times in the 6s coming very soon. There comes Gecko across the line. This is his final run. Oh wait, no, he's not. He's on a new run. He's gonna be trying again. But he dumps it. Off and away he goes. Well, let's try again. Okay, TV. Here he comes. He'll come across the line. And he goes 8th fastest on his part. Let's see with Alex Norris. 10th and a half up. We'll see into the 8s. That's a 6.872 for Alex Norris. And Cookie has it validated. He's done. There's your enthusiasm, Cookie. You invalidated. You just lost your chance for pole there, bud. There's your enthusiasm. Reese is coming across the line next. We're just keeping an eye on Willow here right now. See if he can probably upseat here. Reese goes 7th. And there's Fusion right there. Here comes Willow and across. Oh, just misses by 45 thousandths of a second. Willow is 2nd. Edvin's not showing any improvements. Torn Penguin, no improvement either. So Alex Norris, success. He gets pole. on his credit. And I dare say that is Alex Norris's second pole of the season. So Alex Norris with his second pole of the season. Good work by him. Wow. The top four separated by 0.2. And then almost a second between the entire top 10. And I get the black screen to death. Lovely. Oh, I know while we're waiting for people, we'll get our headset on the charger for a few. Try to get some juice in. There we go, got some necessary charge in. Here, just in time too. The 5 lights come on to start the Brazilian Grand Prix of RPL. And off and away we go. Good reaction by Alex Norris, and a phenomenal jump by Cookie as he gets around the outside of Willow on the outside of turn number 2, and into 3 we go. And lovely, I got the max rev glitch again. Fuck off with this stupid glitch. Alright, while everybody is scrambling around for position here. Whoa! Torn Penguin gets a little off the rails there. Going a little wide there, but now up against... Trying to defend against Fusion. Here comes Shorts against Fusion. On board. And switching up into there. And trying to switch back over. Switch back again, possibly. Resend TV switching. As for the 7th place spot, 6th place spot, TV up in the 6th. Trying to stay on tune here. And we have a spin. Slow down, actually. Okay, this is starting to get very annoying. I hate this stupid thing. Let's switch back here. Here's Jack bumping and banging with Goat Lee. Bumping and bumping again. And oh, contact! Big crash! Jack goes off. Goat Lee goes off. I mean, those V-cars were right there too. And that was just chaotic. That was just chaos and a half. Well, the funny thing is that the AI of Beatnik's car is actually fine, but everybody is just doing the thingamahoozing. Okay, so we'll be right back very briefly. Just give me 2 seconds here, because I really hate that. So like you just hear the max res and during fights and everything, it just looks so stupid. You know what I mean? So we'll get back here just a moment. So give us a brief second here. Get back in this boat bungalow mess. Oh, come on, don't tell me it says I can't connect the jack. Of course, won't let me connect. Okay, let's try Gecko. There we go. Just took like 500 years. Took 500 years to get back. I probably missed like probably like 400 different battles, and probably like probably like 2 crashes. There we go. Yep, we lost one. We lost SV, but unfortunately because he DNF'd before I could figure out what the hell happened. We don't know if he DNF'd in the pits or not, or crashed. Cookie's in the lead over Alex Norris. Told you I miss it because of the stupid glitch. Fucking hate glitches. Glitches can suck my butt. Let's go on board with Willow as he's trying to chase Alex Norris down. This is for the 2nd place position. Behind, we'll also have a couple more battles here. Here he goes. There goes Willow. Going a long way around against Alex Norris. And Alex Norris defends off against Willow. But Willow trying again. This time side by side. He's hitting the 6. And contact. And there goes Alex Norris. Ooh. And Alex Norris drops down to 9th, but from what it looked like on my screen, there was speed, there was adequate racing room between the two, but did Alex Norris ride a little too much on that inner curb of turn 6? I mean, that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. A little too much riding at the curb, and then maybe just a tiny bit too much riding with the curb, and also the glorious F1 contact model. Probably that's what sealed the deal here, but looks like Reese defending off against Torn Penguin for the 6th place position here. Looks like Reese just got a bad exit out of turn 2. This is going to make him pretty vulnerable for the position. Is Torn Penguin seeking to move? No, he's not. He's holding off at this present time. Well, let's take a look at the tires that everybody is on here. So, looks like Jack is on the soft compound tires. Cryptic is on the hard compound tires. Everybody else is on the mediums. And SV would have been on the hards as well, but he has, he unfortunately died. Okay, so it looks like it was a collision between him and Bourbon, and then SV sped in the pits and just quit. So it looks like, so that's what it was. He retired in the pits then, by the looks of it. Let's take a look at the positions gained and lost here. So at this moment, the biggest gainer is Kyo Senshi with 5 spots gained from the start. He's in 13th. As in the background, just seeing Alex Norris getting past Penguin, and Reese get himself back into 6th. Reese fell down to 8th from there. Alex Norris is technically the biggest loser right now, losing 5 spots. And in the background, there's Lyro Fusion going up against Reese, and here comes Union as well. Reese is having a bit of a plunder here. Something's going on with Reese. Something must be going on with Reese, because in half a lap, he went from 6th to 11th. Something must have gone wrong with him. On board with Fusion at this moment. He's in 8th place. Up ahead is Torn Penguin in 7th. Torn Penguin trying to chase Alex Norris down to get himself in 6th. Let's switch to Alex Norris. Will he be making a move of some sort? He's too far back to warrant any form of attack. We'll see in that regard there, so just give me 2 seconds at this moment, as it looks like Cryptic and Bourbon are battling for the 14th position, and Cryptic does get ahead of him in that regard. Oh! Okay, so that's the issue. Thank you, Nutraz, for that information. So, we just been told that Reese is having an equipment problem. His throttle is not properly working. That explains why he's falling off so badly. He can't get 100% throttle out of it. So, man, if Reese is having mechanical problems, I mean, that's really gonna hurt him here. And yeah, here comes F1 Union, just slingshots right by Reese like it's nothing. And up into there, well, maybe not. Union overshot. Poor Union, overshot. That allows Reese to take the position back, but it also allows Kiyoshinshi to go for the position here. As he looking to eyeball Reese here, but yeah, Reese basically in wounded animal mode at this time. Yeah, the starters, I did see that. Whoa! Yeah, just seeing those stutters there, so yeah. Yeah, Reese definitely is having some mechanical problems, that's for sure. So if he does retire from the race because of it, that is going to suck for Reese. But he probably will not be facing any penalty because of it, because of the equipment malfunction on his hand. Cookie is still ahead of Willow right now, about 4/10 ahead of him, and Willow is about half a second ahead of Gecko. Kyosenshi heading into the pits, getting off of the... Looks like he's going to be getting off of the tires already. So we are looking at a 2-stop, possibly, here for this event. Well, hopefully... Oh, Raz, since you're in the chat, if you're in the VC, see if you can check with Reese to see if he's got his problems figured out, or it's still plaguing him. See if you can check on him for that. All right. So let's switch over. Let's switch over to Torn Penguin. He's actually quite a bit closer to Alex Norris this time around. Is he looking for a possibility going into the 6th place position? By the way, TB is up in the 5th place, by the way. Nice run of recovery there. Alex Norris actually heads to the pits to get off of those mediums. So, looks like some of the guys are getting off of those mediums very quickly here. So, it looks like we are looking at a definite 2-stopper here. Looks like some moves here. Here's Edvin on the side of Gecko. Whoa! What in the world? Whoa! Edvin just goes a little squeaky doopy there. And Jack just spun the pits too. But what in the world did we just witness there? Edvin had some banging with Gecko, but because of the grid and the gaps, everything there, couldn't get the full graphic of what happened. We'll have to review that. Later. Speaking of which, Track Racer, right behind Shorts and Fusion. All 3 drivers I mentioned are Merc Academy drivers. This is 7th, 8th, and 9th here. Looks like TB is heading into the pits. And Trat is heading in too. Nice stop. Well, looking at Reese, it looks like he must have fixed his throttle. Must have fixed the throttle output, as you just saw Shorts getting past Fusion in the foreground. That's for the 6th place position. It looks like Track Race is going to be coming out with Union and Kyosenshi. And, well, he's just ahead in 14th. Alex Norris and TB come out 11th and 12th. Let's take a look at those who have stopped already. So Dylan and Beatnik have yet to stop. I think Beatnik is still an AI, isn't he? Yes, he is. As Jack gets past the AI of Beatnik for the 17th place position. And Torn Penguin speeds. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt on a 2nd stop. So Torn Penguin and Jack. So sadly, two Red Bull Academy drivers both bopped with a speeding penalty. And now Dylan speeds too. That's our 3rd driver with a speeding penalty on. And Alex Norris gets past TB, going towards turn 4, taking the 8th place position. So let's see, the gap between Alex Norris and the leader of Cookie is 22.6 seconds. And I believe the pit loss here is about 21 seconds. So, if Cookie pits, he's going to come out just ahead of Alex Norris. But we'll see what happens as Willow is in. Let's switch to Reese as he's chasing Shorts down. So it looks like Reese has fixed his throttle issues. and we'll see what's going to happen here. Let's see, is TB going to try again to reclaim the spot? Looks like it's going to be a no. Willow is coming out onto the track. There he is right there. And Willow is going to be 1.2 seconds behind Willow. And Willow has gone onto a fresh set of hard compound tires. So it looks like a lot of these guys that have done their one stop is doing speeds again. And he retires, he's out. So it looks like a large chunk of the guys that are in the front, so like Willow, Alex, Edvin, Torn Penguin, TB, they're gone to the hard compound tires. Same with Trat as well. Bourbon has opted for the mediums to go first. So there is Gecko into the pits now. And looks like everybody in front's coming in. Fusion, Shorts, and Reese. And as you just saw, Willow getting past Cryptic with help of the DRS. And Cryptic is the only one on the hard compound tire, so he will go a little longer on this set. So let's see if Cryptic is. Let's see what Cryptic's gonna have in store here. As whoa, there's the AI. There's the AI of Dylan's car in the way, and that messes up Cryptic focus into turn 4, and it allows Alex Norris to take full advantage. And up in the third he goes. TB having to go the long way around. Nope, switches it up, goes to the inside against Cryptic. Two teammates way back in Season 8. Ooh, little slide from Cryptic, and TB gets the 4th place position. Cookie is in, and Cookie speeds! That's our 5th driver now with a 4th driver now with a speeding penalty. And that's going to be licking the chops of everybody behind. Willow, Alex Norris, TB, they're licking their chops going, oh yeah, this is going to work beautifully here. Edvin gets ahead of Cryptic in the 5th place. And Cookie is coming out onto the track, and he's going to be just behind. It's going to be just behind TB in 4th. And Cookie has elected for the hard compound tires, and Cryptic got passed again, this time by Gecko. So Cryptic, if it wasn't for the AI of Dylan, he probably could have done a bit of a Academy team order to help Cookie and Willow out, but unfortunately, it wound up backfiring because of that AI of Dylan. By the way, get alone who's in 11th right now. Kyo Senshi is in 11th. How fitting would it be for Sauber to finally get a point from a newcomer that just got Discord yesterday? But let's switch over. 3 wide into turn 1. You gotta be kidding me. Side by side into turn 2. Alex Norris with TB. Cookie up in the 2nd. Talk about a beautiful 3-wide fight between Alex Norris, TB, and Cookie. That was gorgeous. That was simply gorgeous. I saw on the map, I saw it on the graph. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. And boy, oh boy, did we get a good one. And by the way, when Reese pitted, he came out in the 14th place position. So Reese is not looking good for some points right now. Well, hopefully he'll try to get some scraps out of this one here. And Cookie is just gone. He's now a full second ahead of Alex Norris, and that's gonna suck for Alex Norris because ding dong, hi there. There's TB. Will TB make the gun and go for it? Looks like we're seeing it. Is he going to make the move down the inside? He's going for it! Down the inside goes TB! Side by side. Backs off into turn 2, trying to get Alex Norris to slip up. Much closer here in the second straight. Here comes Edvin now. Looking to make some move here. 3 wide again. 2 Ferraris, 1 Red Bull. And contact. Oh, TB has gone off. That allows Edvin to get in there. Was there contact between... It was hard to tell if there was contact between Edvin and TB, but if there was, TB got sent a little wide. I might get a little bit of trouble. Gecko slinging a slingshot on Alex Norris here. Going to get it done in turn 7. Fireball action here for the top, for 3rd to 6th here. And Cookie, when he does come in later to get onto a new set of mediums, he'll have to serve that 10-second penalty. That will hurt him pretty badly here. The AI of Beatnik, sorry. AI Beatnik has just made his first stop and will get lapped by Willow. Looks like Alex Norris is now eyeballing TB here, seeing if on the onboard at Gecko. Down the inside goes Alex Norris into turn 4. Easier execution there. Gecko gets really squirreled up. But TB loses out on 4th place to Alex Norris. And looks like further back we have a brawl here right at the bottom of the points pile. F1 Union still holding off Kyosenshi for the 11th place spot. Fusion in 12th right behind him. Shorts in 13th. And Reese trying to get in within DRS of Shorts as well to play into effect. Almost side by side. Heading into the second split. Here comes Fusion on the inside. Oh, little wheel lock by Kyosenshi. And Fusion takes full advantage. And down the inside goes Gecko against TB. Old rivals. But couldn't seem to get it done out of there. Cryptic is into the pits to get off of those hard compound. Here comes Gecko again down the inside. And here he goes. And ahead goes Gecko into 5th. Kyosenshi is back in 11th. Fusion actually made a mishap. And a mishap here because he's back. There he is back there in 13th with Kyosenshi. Reese up into 11th. Shorts is in 10th now. So Reese chasing down both Alpines to try to get himself back into the points. We have Torn Penguin catching up to Gecko as Gecko was trying to eyeball TB for the 5th place spot. Alex Norris is staying in close proximity to his teammate as Kyosenshi, the first driver into the penalty box for track limits. Now, I wonder, is the Ferrari's going to opt to switch up? Because Alex Norris is driving a lot faster than Edvin is currently, so maybe the Ferraris will opt to switch. Oh, don't want to have a Vettel Leclerc incident there. Don't make any mistakes there, boys. Kyosenshi into the pits. That's for his 2nd stop. The Alpine switch. I believe Kyosenshi just made his 2nd stop. So Kyosenshi is on his 2nd stop. And he has gone on to the hard compound tire. So I believe he was on medium. Oh no, medium, hard. Yeah, for the hards ones there. Reese into the penalty box now for track limits. That was in the switchbacks. Well, it looks like we will have a switch up for the lead here as a Cookie on the inside against Willow. Well, wheel hook. There goes Willow off. Willow had to cut turn 2 to avoid a crash with his teammate. Well, Cookie inherits the lead again, but bear in mind, he does have that 10-second he's got to serve later in a 2nd stop. Cryptic went about 20 laps on those hards, if my memory's correct. We just saw Reese pass Shorts to get himself into 9th. Let's take a look very quickly at Cryptic. He did pit on lap 20, correct? Yeah, he pitted right at the end of lap 19. So he did do 19 laps on those hards. Cookie has only done 6 laps on those. So it looks like he's got another 13. So actually, Cookie could go the rest of the race. But Cookie could go the rest of the race on that hard compounds as the McLaren switch again. This time Willow ahead. You know, I still don't see the Ferrari switching up right now. And I think this is going to be a bit critical because if Alex Norris is held up by Edvin, and Edvin is losing time to the McLarens, this is crucial because Alex Norris will be like, hey, I want to catch the McLarens here, I'm faster, and if Edvin just is holding him back, this is going to hurt. Lee is in for his second stop. Let's see what's gonna happen here. But yeah, I think by the looks of it, a couple of these guys are be opting for 2 stop. Some are opting for 1 stop. Now bear in mind, Cookie, who is the leader right now, he has a 10-second penalty on him. So if the race ended right now, Cookie would drop to 6th place right now. Because Torm Penguin also has a penalty as well. He also has a 10-second, as you can see here. So let's take a look here. For the back, let's go to Shorts as he's still in pursuit of Reese for the 9th place position. So Kyosenshi has gone ahead of Union. He'll be in 13th. Cryptic's in the penalty box now. He's in 12th. But not much is going to affect him at this present moment. So let's go over back to Gecko as he's trying to pursue down the 2 Ferraris of Edvin and Alex Norris. Now, currently, right now, the gap is still about 5.2 seconds. So for the last lap, well, Edvin has not lost any time to Cookie at this present moment. Trat Racer, who's in 8th, is in now. Cookie and Willow switching positions again, and well. Messed up there in turn 4. But there we go in that regards. There's Torm Penguin right behind TB. Now bear in mind, like I said, Torm Penguin has a 10-second for speeding. I want to see how these guys handle on the straightaway here. Between Willow and Cookie here. They head down the straight. Stay in close proximity with each other. 11.1 is Willow. 11.3 is Edvin. Alex Norris is into the pits. So Alex Norris is going for a second stop. Anyways, from that last lap, comparing Edvin to Willow, Willow was faster by about by 1/10. So in the next 10 laps, I mean, if it's about a tenth, then Edvin will only lose basically about 1.4 seconds. pretty much. And he'll be about 7 seconds behind Willow at the end of it, at this current threshold. But Cookie would still lose positions regardless of that penalty. That's even if he opts to go for that one stop. $10.8 is Willow. 11.3 for Edvin. Edvin has lost half a second. Looks like the Red Bulls have switched back. TB back ahead of Torn Penguin. And Alex Norris, by the way, is behind Fusion in 10th. Whoa! Talk about wheel spin exiting out of turn 4. And that really screwed up, that really heated up the rears of TV's car. Torn Penguin back in the 5th. Let's take a look at the gap now. So, the race ended right now. Cookie will only fall to 4th place. 7.3 seconds ahead of Gecko right now. And speaking of Gecko, he's all over the back of Edvin. This is for the final, this is, well, technically 2nd place right now. And here comes Gecko. He's going to go for the long way. No, he's switching down the inside. Not close enough, but a good way to play some mental games with Edvin. Whoa, contact between Edvin and Gecko. I think that was a bit on the unfortunate side there, but Gecko relinquishes the spot back to Edvin. So, I mean, we did see that. I mean, they came out from turn 2. Edvin had a poor exit. Gecko had a great exit. They came together. And Gecko, when he came out of turn 3, Gecko was like, my bad, that was a mishap on my part. Here's your spot back. So, a bit of fairness between the two. The two came together. Mistakes occurred. And Gecko owned up and gave the position back. Now let's see if they're gonna do better this time coming into the main straight. Looks like we have another car that's going to be going a lap down. Goat Lee on the board is going to get lapped, and down the outside by the way, goes Alex Norris over Fusion in the double switchback. Alex Norris up in the 8th now. Oh, let's switch back here. Down the inside is Edvin and Gecko. Much better this time around, and Gecko does take 2nd place, but Edvin, I don't think he's willing to give up just yet. Drops all the ERS he had available and concedes the spot. Gecko is into 3rd right now. And speaking of which, because of the battling, by the way, Cookie is now clear of Edvin, so he will still get a podium spot right now. But will it be 3rd or will it be 2nd? Let's switch to Kiyo Senshi, as he is pursuing F1 Union for the 13th place position. See on the map, there's Willow still in pursuit with Cookie at this time. And Gecko's still holding off Edvin right now. No motions there. Speaking of motions there's Union all over the back of Cryptic. Cryptic with a slide, and the Union with a slide. There goes Union on the outside of Cryptic. Makes the move stick. Here comes Kiyo Senshi on the inside as well. Oh, little contact between Cryptic and Kiyo Senshi. But all fairness, looks like he's up in the 13th. Union in 12th. Well, they got a long way to go to catch the guy in 11th. Trap Racer who's 8.5 seconds ahead of F1 Union. Well, speaking of catching up, there's the back end of Shorts' camera, and there's Alex Norris creeping in. Alex Norris climbing back in right now. Now, he is within 10 seconds of Torn Penguin right now, about 9.2 back. And he is within 3 seconds of Reese, 1.7 back. So, Alex Norris is going to recover up into 5th place at this time. Speaking of which, here's the battle. Here's the battle for third. Here's the battle for, well, it is 3rd place right now still. It's 3rd place now between Gecko and Edmund, because Gecko is now 10.5 seconds behind Cookie. So Cookie will be getting 2nd place no matter what if he keeps those tires alive. And now TB into the penalty box. This is going to be a cue for Track Racer to pour in some extra help to try to maybe rob that 10th place off of TB. So here's Gecko. Here's Edmund gonna try again as Shorts gets passed by Alex Norris. Alex Norris on Reese now. This is for the 6th place spot. Alex Norris close enough for an attack? Nope, not yet. Nothing as of yet right now. 5 as the car once the leaders come across the line, 4 laps to go in this Brazilian Grand Prix. Well, let's keep an eye on this battle here. Alex Norris did get a move in the switchback a couple laps ago. He's going for it again against Reese. Side by side, and he does it well. Alex Norris up to 6th. Now he has 7 seconds to the car ahead of Torn Penguin. But bear in mind, with Torn Penguin having that 10-second penalty, Alex Norris will get that position regardless what happens. But let's see what Reese has something to do. He is flying down the main straight, down the inside, and gets the 6th place position back against Alex Norris. Let's see if Alex Norris can try to respond there as TB passing Fusion for the 9th place spot. There goes Alex Norris again. This time Reese covering the inside and does so in a good manner and keeps it in there. And we have a spin that is Cryptic that has gone for a spin out of turn 12. And speaking of which, Jack, the defending champion, now the former champion, is looking to get lapped by Cookie. And he is into the pits. And Jack is now lapped, and he is done. That is very unfortunate, but Jack is out of the event. Very unfortunate there. But let's move on. Let's move on now. We have the lead still there between there. Alex Norris trying to get close proximity with Reese. Looking to go the long way around this time into turn number 1. They're side by side, heading towards turn 2. They're still side by side, hanging into turn 2. Nice and easy momentum's there. And Alex Norris is still with them, keeping in tune and flying down. And into turn number 4 we go. Still side by side into turn number 4. Still side by side. They're still going. They're still side by side out of 5. Alex Norris not giving a damn whatsoever. He ain't giving up. And he's finally got it. And up into 6 goes Alex Norris. Short says, thank you very much for the distraction. I will go to 7th. Reese will fall to 8th right now. Now, Reese does have that track limit penalty, though. So, I mean, this is now Short Now this is now Shorts' opportunity to possibly go for a really good position in 6th place. We're on the penultimate lap now, and Cookie still holds the lead. He is... Actually, did Gecko just get back within 10 seconds? He's almost back within 10 seconds. So Gecko is almost within 10 seconds of Cookie right now. Gecko, if you want a second place, want second, push it, buddy. Just push. It looks like F1 Shorts has fallen out with Alex Norris. So Alex Norris is clear and away. He will be going forward for 6th place right now. Now, also just want to note, let's see, how far back is Reese? Okay, about 8.6. So Reese is not in it right now, but Shorts is within it. He's 8.1 back. Final lap now. Final lap now for this Brazilian Grand Prix. Well, there's Williams spun out. That's cryptic. Cryptic has spun. That does suck. There's TB trying to chase Reese down. Now both TB and Reese have track limit penalties, so this is critical here. On board with TB. And there goes Reese on the inside of Shorts. Gets the position, but can he hold it? Whoa, snap! And Union gets it, and Union into the penalty box. TB side by side with Shorts. Ooh, baby. You have to keep an eye on that one. But let's get back to this. He does have that 10-second penalty for speeding. So Cookie will come across the line in first. But a first-time winner goes to Willow. He wins the Brazilian Grand Prix here in RPL. So Cookie will have to settle for 2nd place. But let's focus on Reese and TB. This is the battle for 7th here. Storm Penguin comes across in 6th. 5th, but Alex Norris will get it for 6th. Here comes TB. Is he close enough? No, he's not. But Shorts gets all 3 of them. So Shorts will get 6th. Torn Penguin is 7th. Reese 8th, TB 9, and Fusion will get 10th place. So Willow gets his first victory in Tier 1. And that was off of a penalty, of a speeding penalty by on Cookie's part. But Cookie does get 2nd either way. We'll have to look at the graphics here, but Willow with that 25, he will be 2 points behind Skither for 2nd place. And fair credit to Gecko to get himself into 3rd as well. The champagne sprays away. McLaren 1-2, all Merc Academy podium. And let's see what we got here. So, race winner for Willow. Fastest lap for Alex Norris. Driver today given to Alex Norris. And I will say, I will have to agree with him. Got pole position, had a little tangle, dropped all the way down to 8th, but had a very solid recovery to get himself back into 5th. He did do pretty good. So, I mean, I will have to give the fair credit to Alex Norris in that regard for that. Willow, also a first-time winner, is also a solid contender as well. But I mean, if I had to choose, I mean, with that recovery, it's Alex Norris, in my opinion. I think Alex Norris is gonna have to be my opinion for that. Well, that will conclude the stream for tonight. Now, I don't know if we're going to have a stream on hand for LMU tomorrow, because LMU will be at Sebring for their week 8 of the calendar. And then next week, Tier 3 will be at a mystery track. So the track is going to be completely random. We don't know what we're looking at for that. But I believe I think, I could be incorrect, but I believe both championships could be up for grabs. But I'll have to review the stream for that. I'll have to review, so we'll figure that out. But yeah, Tier 3 will be at a mystery track. Tier 2 will be in Qatar for the penultimate round of their season. And next week, for Tier 1, we will be at Vegas for their penultimate round. We can't wait. This will be a great time in that sense. But yeah, thank you all for being involved for Tier 1 here at Brazil. And fair credit for Willow to get the win. Good move, good work there. Cookie with that 10-second still manages to get second. But I mean, Alex Norris with that little thing, I mean, I have to say, I think he's got the driver today, honestly. Still recovered really well. So that's what I'm going to say in that regard. So from RPL Stream, sign off. We will see you next week, Tier 1 for Vegas.